You are a pretty lady. You get tired of people talking about your looks and how stunning you are all the time? I mean, it can get to be, you know. I mean, I don't. I mean, when people tell me.
Johnny Carson welcomed women so stunning across 30 years of television that looking away from the screen became genuinely difficult. These are the Tonight Show guests whose beauty made everyone in that studio stop what they were doing. Ann-Margret.
That's got to cost a fortune to put on a show like that.
It was pretty
really
expensive.
in production values. You don't know, you couldn't do that all in one day. All of those things.
We did that.
Where'd you do the swimming scenes? Now, could you do that?
London University. And they were so nice. They wanted to get the water really nice and warm. But the night before, they were trying to get it up to 100 degrees. They blew all the heaters. So that when we did shoot it on Sunday, it was like 50 degrees.
You're too young to remember the old Esther Williams pictures, though. Did you see some of them, though?
Oh,
you remember
yes.
going
I
to
used
see
to
them?
pretend I was Esther Williams when no one was looking.
In That's
All the
Entertainment.
water
And That's Entertainment that they're playing around now. They have some scenes in there, and you forget the incredible things.
Ann-Margret walks into that studio, and immediately the whole space feels like it cannot quite contain her. The energy of a live performer radiating from the moment she appears, making Carson's desk feel suddenly undersized.
Ain't got no trouble in my life, no foolish dream to make me cry. I'm never frightened, don't worry.
She gave the audience far more than a standard celebrity sit-down, turning the whole appearance into something that felt closer to a performance happening inside the show itself. Christie Brinkley.
Steady, folks. How are you? It's nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you, you too.
You told me before the show, I just ducked my head in to say hi, that you got lost on the way out here tonight? Did you get caught in the rain? Somebody says it's raining. I've been out here all day.
It was raining. Every road was a cul-de-sac. I was from Venice to, I don't know, there were like 10 different Ventura freeways.
Christie Brinkley carries that specific electricity that defined the supermodel era, making her feel like someone who belongs to a different time than the classic stage she is standing on.
Is the big seller, right?
It causes such,
I just can't understand it. It's hard to understand. That's a beautiful picture. This was, what year was this? This was 1980. And this was in 1979. You kind of have a lock, don't you, on the covers of Sports Illustrated. Now, where was that you said? Where was this?
In the Seychelles Islands.
Seychelles Islands. Now,
Down in the Indian Ocean, just a little to the left of Madagascar.
Ah, Madagascar in the spring.
Her smile and natural composure lift the entire conversation while Carson provides the classic host framework around her, the contrast between the two making the whole thing work perfectly. Dyan Cannon.
I haven't even said hello.
Hi, sweetheart.
Ah, sure, sweetheart, now.
You want to know something?
Sure, now it's sweetheart.
What do you mean now it's sweetheart?
Well, now that you're married, sure. Now.
Why, do you think that I treated you differently before I was married?
Oh, sure, I came to your dressing room to say hi, how are you, as old friends, and, oh, now it's just hugs and kisses and how are you, now that you're off the shelf.
Dyan Cannon's dynamic with Carson carries something the other appearances don't. The shared history between them gives the conversation a private spark that keeps pulling her into laughter. She cannot quite contain.
It's interesting because even your introduction to me was much cooler than it usually is, Johnny. Oh! Didn't you think so?
I did, yes, very much.
That could be true, just subconsciously knowing that you are no longer, touchable is not the right word.
There's no chance.
That there's no chance, I probably was thinking back in my mind, nice formal introduction. But anyway, you don't you don't.
You know, Johnny.
The show's producers noted in interviews that Cannon teasing Johnny while keeping the whole mood elegant showed that her beauty came through her confidence and her laugh just as much as through her appearance. Cheryl Ladd.
Somebody said to me, do you remember when she was on before? I said, Cheryl Ladd hasn't been on a show before. They said, yes, she was. And I was ready to put a good-sized bet down. And then somebody mentioned a name. And I said, now, I remember that name very well because we discussed the problems you were having with the name, right?
Did, yes.
Now, when was it, about 3-4 years ago?
It was in 73.
1973.
And I came out and I was introduced to Cheryl Stoppelmore, which is my maiden name.
Cheryl
And you
Stoppelmore.
said Stoppelmore.
Cheryl Stoppelman.
And we talked about that.
Right.
And I did a song, and it's been a long time.
Cheryl Ladd arrives carrying the immediate glow of someone millions already felt they knew through Charlie's Angels. She moves through the interview with a relaxed sweetness that keeps everything feeling natural rather than constructed, her calm presence doing all the work without effort. Teri Garr.
Yes.
You're a real trooper for showing up tonight. I didn't know. I walked in the makeup. I saw you sitting there with this big thing wrapped around your knee?
I took the thing off my knee.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'd hide this from the audience. But now that you brought it up, I guess I won't be hiding it from the audience.
Well, you were limping anyway, and your
I
your
know.
ankle is bandaged, so let's clear this up. What happened to you?
I fell down a flight of stairs. There's no good story about it. I just slipped and fell down a flight of stairs. But I didn't want to miss coming here to say goodbye. Or someone told me you were going to be leaving this show. Is that true?
Teri Garr knew exactly how to be genuinely funny without letting go of the movie star quality she carried, an offbeat kind of glamour that felt less constructed than the classic Hollywood appearances Carson was used to. Brooke Shields,
as I'd said before, I'm not scared of them, and I think they feel comfortable. And I mean, the animals are wild, but I've learned to handle them.
Yeah. When you say wild, what are you talking about?
Whether-
What animals do you get involved with?
Well, I've been working with koalas. I've been working with the primates, which the lemurs and langurs and all,
Right.
and chimps.
Now, they cry, don't they?
I guess so. I was going to say that. We have a pygmy monkey in our nursery, and today it was hungry and it didn't eat its lunch. So then by the time dinner time came, it was starving, and it started to cry, and I saw little tears. So
There was a little
you
tear.
can forget about your dog
You
and your
see?
pig and your.
And I stepped on a real rabbit's foot once, and I think it cried.
Yes.
Brooke Shields walks in carrying a camera presence that had already made her one of the most recognizable young faces in the world. She smiles without effort, listens with genuine attention, and answers with enough composure to make it clear she understands exactly what the spotlight requires, polished without ever feeling distant. Goldie Hawn.
Hey, you're slinky tonight.
I know it.
Really
I've been
slinky. Do you feel slinky when you wear something like that? I mean, black?
I had a discussion about that today.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I didn't know whether to wear something like this or whether to wear something less.
You can't wear much less, but I mean less provocative.
Provocative, yeah.
Goldie Hawn brings a bright, almost weightless energy that softens the entire interview the moment she settles into that chair.
All the crazy things you did. I remember you talking about being a
Oh,
go-go
my
dancer.
God, yeah.
I remember these things, you see, in
That's
case
right, that's
somebody
right.
shows up on the show, and I remember all these little... You were a go-go dancer in a place called the Peppermint Lounge at one time?
No.
No, it wasn't the Peppermint Lounge.
The peppermint box.
The Peppermint Box. The
Yeah.
Peppermint Lounge was very famous in New York for a
I
while.
know it.
Where was the
I
Peppermint
worked
Box?
there. Actually, I did work at the Peppermint Lounge, and for a couple of nights. But I worked at the Peppermint Box, which was I had a go-go agent.
Were you up in one of those?
Do we want to talk about
Well,
that?
whatever you don't have.
Carson never has to work hard for laughs because her reactions are already doing half the job on their own. Dolly Parton.
They really love you. You've really got loyal fans.
Well, I think it's all because of the Johnny Carson show. You have a great audience, and I look forward all the time
Yeah.
to doing this show. I've been excited for a month because people think me and you are great friends, and I feel like we are.
We are.
Even though I only know you from the panel, and you came by the dressing room to say hello a
I
while
did, but
ago,
you were
and I
busy.
was in the
I
back
didn't know.
putting on a petticoat.
Just knocked on the door to say hi. I
Anyway,
hear this
the-
voice coming from somewhere. I can't talk now.
Dolly Parton steps into the segment carrying a warmth that immediately shifts the entire dynamic at that desk. Carson is usually the one controlling the room, but Dolly changes that the moment she arrives.
Answer it, but since I can save some money this way, I'll answer it on the air. It's from the city officials, Carl Hatcher, Vice Mayor, the Alderman Luther Gilbert, a whole bunch of people, and Gary Wade, the Mayor of Sevierville, I believe. Sevierville, Tennessee, I believe.
My hometown.
This is Dear Johnny, on behalf of the city of Sevierville, we would like to invite you to join us in celebrating the dedication of the Dolly Parton Parkway. Aha! Well, I'll tell you, now you know you.
But Dolly makes the whole appearance feel like she arrived with her own stage already assembled. The shift in energy is immediate and impossible to miss. Suzanne Somers.
Taking oxygen at the same time, and yeah, I guess you were working Dom DeLuise's show, right?
Yes, that was about the nicest working experience I've ever had. He's a lovely man.
Yeah, I was looking through your book today.
Yes?
You write nice things.
Thank you.
Is this something just recent, or that you always wanted to do, or? I mean, the poetry.
Well, I did it for the money.
That's nice and honest. That's nice and honest for a change. No great love, I wanted a buck. Wouldn't that be refreshing if they said, why'd you make this movie?
Suzanne Somers gives Carson one of those Hollywood origin stories that almost sounds too perfectly constructed to be true. The segment has a built-in sparkle because she is describing being discovered almost immediately after arriving in Hollywood, making instant success sound equal parts thrilling and completely accidental. Jane Fonda.
Ask you something. Sure. Last night, my son, you were talking about Zsa Zsa Gabor earlier.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
My son said, she was on Johnny Carson's show one time. She came there with a cat on her lap, and she said to you, do you want to pet my and my son said that you said, I'd love to if you'd remove that cat.
Jane Fonda's appearance stands out because she brings genuine star power with a sharp and curious edge. Instead of settling into the role of glamorous movie star being interviewed, she turns the whole thing around on Carson and asks him directly about one of late night's most persistent rumors, flipping the power dynamic entirely. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Well, I called the guy on the phone and I said, this is what I want to do. I don't have any money to go through your school. I don't have any money to pay for pictures. I don't want to sign any contracts with you, and how do I go about doing this? We did a test shoot, and no, I didn't.
No.
And he was really a very nice man. Yeah, because at the point, you know, I really look back and I think I've been very fortunate because I was very naive, and I could have been taken advantage of many times.
You certainly can.
Yeah, and I think it happens a lot.
Tonight may be the first time.
Michelle Pfeiffer's early Carson appearance carries the specific appeal of watching a future major star before the full weight of that legend has settled into place. She looks young, composed, and still finding her footing inside the machinery of late-night television, which gives the moment a charm that comes entirely from witnessing potential rather than established fame. Carson's desk has a way of exposing nervousness quickly, but Pfeiffer holds herself with a clean, quiet confidence that gives nothing away. Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, you can't win either
otherwise,
way.
if you read the bad ones, then you start to get depressed, so...
Yeah, they stick in your mind, those sentences. That's lovely, though. That's a very adult review. I like that.
Do you get the impression that Albert and I don't understand the female person too well?
Yes, but I don't think you should, you know. I think that's probably best to just keep you confused in a mystery. I think that's what keeps the world going round.
Susan Sarandon's Tonight Show appearance carries a quieter intensity than the more overtly glamorous entries on this list, poised, thoughtful, and relaxed enough that the whole thing stops feeling like a standard promotional visit. The Atlantic City connection gives the segment a specific film-era context, anchoring the conversation in actual work rather than manufactured talking points. Joan Collins.
About the men in your life and so forth. I'm tapped out. I don't know what to... So I thought maybe to do this a little differently, just to have a different interview.
Okay.
Have you ever done an interview in which the host wore a catcher's mask?
A ketchup? What's a ketchup?
This is a catcher's
Oh, a
mask.
ketchup. How do you spell that? This might
Just to
mess
make
my
it different.
hair.
Just hold it up. Just hold it up. Don't
Yes.
put it in your hair. Yeah.
And we just talk like this for a while.
Joan Collins gives Carson a glamorous segment with a built-in visual hook, and the masked interview works because Collins understands her own image well enough to turn even an unusual setup into an extension of her persona. Johnny gets to play with the mystery and elegance surrounding her without letting the moment collapse into simple gimmick, which is exactly what veterans know how to do. Collins carries the whole thing with a theatrical confidence that fits her Dynasty-era image perfectly. She knows how to make an entrance read as a statement rather than just another appearance. Diahann Carroll.
And it's a fun evening because she's a very talented woman.
Yes, she is. I haven't seen you working around much lately. You're kind of keeping a low profile, aren't you?
Well, I have been. Actually, I've been traveling,
Right.
staying away from this area a little bit. But not in this outfit, but I've been doing primarily...
That's what you call a performing outfit,
This
right?
is a performing outfit. You don't have a few friends over for dinner in this outfit.
Well, no, you have one friend over there.
Diahann Carroll's Carson appearance carries a refined quality that makes the studio lights feel like they were arranged specifically for her. A stage-trained Polish in every movement and every word. But there is also a genuine warmth underneath it that keeps the whole conversation from drifting into formality. Carson's style works naturally alongside hers because what they share is professional respect built across years of parallel experience in the same industry.
What are you most comfortable in?
What am I most comfortable
Yeah, when you're just sitting around the house or going shopping. Jeans?
No. Strangely enough, I don't like jeans.
You've always been recognized as being pretty much fashion conscious, and you
Yes.
wear clothes beautifully.
Yes, I enjoy clothes very, very much. What am I most... I love bathing suits around the house. Love to just put on my little bikini and run around the house.
Excuse me. She answers with grace while holding a point of view that never softens or disappears, her beauty coming through in the composure of her voice and the way she treats the interview as a performance without ever pushing it into something studied. Decades of experience in front of audiences who demand authenticity show in every exchange. Carroll was the kind of guest who could make a simple answer feel elegant, and the segment holds value precisely because it demonstrates that a stunning Carson guest did not need chaos, flirtation, or gimmicks to own the room. Poise alone could command attention when genuine talent was standing behind it. She holds the set by being calm, precise, and completely present, every response feeling considered without ever sounding rehearsed, maintaining enough spontaneity to keep the whole conversation alive rather than scripted. Lauren Bacall.
That's the...
It's a bookmark.
But look, I remember this.
It's a paper doll.
Was this not one of the very first
stills? Yeah,
stills
it's on the spine of the book.
Was this from what picture?
It was. I think
was
it was
this
used
before
in the
Have
big
and Have
sleep.
Not, or the big sleep?
No, it was used in the. But you see, it's on the back of the book.
It's on the.
Now, and Valentine had a terrific idea, and they made a bookmark out of it, and
Well,
I just thought it was such fun.
This is the only time I'll ever get you between the covers.
Lauren Bacall brings the kind of classic movie star presence that causes the entire room to slow down and adjust to her pace. Her segment about marrying Humphrey Bogart carries built-in Hollywood weight, but she never lets it settle into a rehearsed museum piece. Carson listens carefully because Bacall is not someone to be hurried, and he respects that completely. Her voice, her posture, and the dry confidence behind everything she says give the interview a texture entirely different from the faster comic guests that surround her in the lineup. The stunning quality is the authority she carries, as if old Hollywood walked onto a modern late-night set and simply declined to move at anyone else's speed, making everyone in that studio quietly adjust to her rhythm instead. She can be warm without tipping into sentiment. The segment belongs here because Bacall's glamour is not the flashy kind. It is controlled, lived in, and impossible to manufacture. Decades of carrying herself as a legend are visible in every exchange. Carson treats her with deference because her reputation preceded her by years. She represents a golden age of Hollywood that was already fading by the time Carson took his seat behind that desk, which makes her a living connection to a world that had largely disappeared. The Bogart stories carry weight not because they are celebrity gossip, but because they are genuine history delivered by someone who was actually inside the moment she is describing. Johnny Carson's desk became the place where stunning meant something far beyond a beautiful face. These guests proved that charisma, intelligence, and genuine presence could make an interview impossible to forget. From supermodels to stage legends, every woman brought something entirely her own, demonstrating that there is no single formula for commanding a room or holding an audience. Which Carson guest do you think was the most stunning? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe for more legendary Tonight Show moments.